Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt like your legs didn't quite agree with you? Maybe it took a second longer than it used to, or you found yourself holding onto the table just to feel steady. You're not alone. As we get older, little things like standing up, walking across the room, or even reaching for something on a shelf can suddenly feel like a full-body effort. But here's the good news, your body is more capable than you think. With just a few simple movements each day, you can build strength, improve balance, and feel more confident in everything you do. Now, I'm not talking about lifting heavy weights or running marathons. I'm talking about gentle, practical exercises you can do right at home, in your living room, in your kitchen, even while waiting for the kettle to boil. Movements that make a real difference in your daily life. Whether it's walking upstairs, playing with your grandkids, or simply enjoying a stroll in the park without worrying about a fall, these exercises help you stay active, strong, and independent. In this video, we're going to go through 5 simple exercises every senior should do. They're easy to learn, don't require any fancy equipment, and the best part is, they really work. These aren't trendy gimmicks. They're tried and true movements that have helped thousands of older adults feel better in their bodies again. And I'll be right here with you step by step, like a friendly neighbor guiding you through. So, let's start with the first one, something I call the sit and stand. It's exactly what it sounds like, sitting down and standing up, over and over, slowly and with purpose. Now, you might be thinking, I do that all the time. And you're right. But doing it with intention turns it into a powerful strength-building exercise. Here's how you do it. Find a sturdy chair, not one with wheels, please, and sit near the edge with your feet flat on the floor. Now, slowly stand up without using your hands if you can. If you need a little help at first, that's completely okay. Then slowly sit back down. Try to keep your movements controlled, not rushed. It's not a race. Do this 5 to 10 times a day to start. What this does is strengthen your thighs, hips, and core muscles. Exactly the ones you use every time you get out of bed or stand up from the couch. I had a neighbor, Carol, who used to dread getting out of her recliner. She said it felt like her legs were made of jelly. But after just a few weeks of doing sit and stand exercises each morning, she started popping up like toast from a toaster. Now she swears by it, and so do I. Now let's move on to something just as important. Balance. As we age, our balance can start to slip without us even noticing. One day you're walking across the room and the next you're catching yourself on the wall. That's where the heel-to-toe walk comes in. It's a wonderfully simple movement that helps retrain your balance and coordination. To try it, stand tall and imagine you're walking on a tightrope. But don't worry, there's no actual rope involved. Just place the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of your other foot, then take a step forward, doing the same thing with the opposite foot. Go slow. Keep your eyes focused straight ahead and use your arms for balance if needed. If you feel unsteady, try walking near a wall or kitchen counter so you have something to hold on to just in case. I remember my Uncle Joe doing this in the hallway every night after brushing his teeth. He called it his invisible tightrope routine. He said it made him feel younger, more alert. And it showed. He moved with more confidence and even stopped shuffling his feet, which had become a habit before. You might only manage a few steps at first, and that's perfectly fine. It's not about how far you go, but how steady you feel. This exercise helps reconnect your mind to your body, improving your posture, coordination, and even your gait. All those things that keep you walking tall instead of hunched over or wobbly. What I love most about these exercises is that they're gentle, but they pack a punch. You don't need fancy gym clothes or equipment. Just a little bit of space, a sprinkle of motivation, and the belief that you can feel strong and balanced again. Because you can. No matter your age, your body still responds to movement. In fact, it craves it. The more you use it, the better it works, and the better you feel. We've just started with the first 2 exercises, sit and stand and the heel-to-toe walk, and already you've got the foundation for a stronger, more balanced body. These small movements, when done regularly, create big changes over time. It's like adding drops of water into a glass. At first, you might not notice a difference, but keep at it and suddenly that glass is full. You begin to feel more stable, more sure-footed, and maybe even a little younger than you did yesterday. And that's what this journey is about, not just doing exercises for the sake of it, but rediscovering the joy of moving freely and without fear. That little boost of energy when you get up in the morning. The confidence to go for a walk without worrying about stumbling. The ability to pick up a grandchild or a bag of groceries without thinking twice. It all starts with small steps. Gentle, intentional, and consistent. And you've already taken the first one just by being here. So take a deep breath, give yourself a little smile, and know that you're on the right track. Now that you've begun to build that strength and balance, let's keep the momentum going. Let's keep the momentum going and dive into the next simple exercise that can make a world of difference in your everyday life. Now, if you've ever caught yourself holding onto the counter while reaching up into a cupboard, or hesitating before stepping off a curb, then this next move might be just what you need. I like to call it the side leg raise. It sounds simple, and it is, but don't let that fool you. It does wonders for your hips, legs, and even your lower back. Here's how you do it. Stand behind a sturdy chair or next to a countertop, somewhere you can lightly hold on for support. Stand up tall, feet shoulder width apart, and slowly lift one leg out to the side, just a few inches off the ground. Hold for a second or two, then gently lower it back down. Then switch to the other leg. Try doing this 5 to 10 times on each side. What's happening here is you're strengthening the muscles on the sides of your hips and thighs, the very ones that help stabilize you when you're walking or changing direction. These muscles tend to weaken if we don't use them often, which can lead to wobbly steps or even trouble keeping our balance. I remember chatting with a gentleman named Harold at the community center. He told me he used to love gardening, but lately he felt unstable whenever he bent over to pull weeds or move a pot. We added side leg raises to his daily routine, and after a few weeks he said he could feel the difference. Not just when gardening, but when getting out of bed or stepping sideways to avoid bumping into things. It gave him back a sense of control. Now, I know some days it feels like the couch is calling your name a little louder than usual, and that's okay. Rest is important too. But movement, even just a few minutes at a time, is what keeps the rust from settling in. Think of these exercises like oil for your joints, keeping things smooth, flexible, and ready for action. Speaking of flexibility and stability, let's talk about one more movement that might surprise you, the toe and heel raise. It's one of those exercises you can do almost anywhere, waiting in line at the pharmacy, brushing your teeth, or even while doing the dishes. To do it, stand tall and hold onto the back of a chair or a counter. First, slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels off the floor. Hold for a couple of seconds, then lower back down. Then switch it up. Lift your toes off the floor, rocking back gently onto your heels. Again, hold for a second or two and then return to standing flat. Repeat that 5 to 10 times each. This movement strengthens your calves, ankles, and the small muscles in your feet. Why does that matter? Because strong ankles and feet are your first line of defense against falls. When your lower legs are strong, your entire balance improves. Walking becomes steadier. Stairs feel easier. And even your posture improves because your body isn't overcompensating for weakness down below. There's something really empowering about standing tall and feeling solid in your footing. I've seen folks go from shuffling along to walking with purpose just from doing this one exercise regularly. It's not flashy, but it works. You might even feel a little burn in your calves after a few reps. And that's good. That's your body waking up, muscles remembering their job. And the more you wake them up, the more they'll show up for you when you need them. These exercises don't just work in isolation either. They support each other. When your thighs are strong from sit-in stance, and your ankles are sturdy from heel and toe raises, your overall balance improves dramatically. You might find yourself moving with more ease, feeling less hesitant. And when that happens, confidence starts to bloom. You trust your body again. You see, staying strong and steady after 60 isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself even in small ways. It's about saying, yes, I may be older, but I still deserve to feel strong. I still deserve to move freely, enjoy my day, and feel good in my own skin. One woman I met during a fitness class for seniors told me she used to feel invisible, like the world was rushing around her while she moved in slow motion. But after just a month of doing these exercises, her posture improved, and she started walking with more pep in her step. She said people began noticing her again, smiling, making eye contact. That sense of pride came back. That's what strength gives you. Not just physical ability, but a renewed spirit. You don't need to do all of these exercises at once. Start where you are. Add one or two into your day. Maybe right after your morning coffee. Maybe while your soup's warming up. Maybe as a little routine before bed. The key is consistency, not perfection. And if there's ever a day you miss, don't feel discouraged. Just pick up again the next day. Your body remembers. It's never too late to give it what it needs. So now you've got a few solid tools in your belt, exercises that can lift your body, steady your step, and restore that beautiful feeling of independence. Let's take that energy and carry it forward. Carry it forward into one final movement that ties everything together. If you've ever found yourself hesitating before walking across a slightly uneven surface, or maybe catching yourself when you step off a small step or into the garden, this last exercise is one you'll really appreciate. It's called the tandem walk, and it's a gentle but powerful way to train your balance and coordination, almost like giving your body a quiet tune-up. Here's how it works. Start by finding a clear hallway or space where you have something nearby to hold onto if needed. A wall, counter, or sturdy furniture. Then, place one foot directly in front of the other, heel touching the toe of the opposite foot like you're walking on a tightrope. Take slow, deliberate steps forward, keeping your posture upright and your eyes forward, not looking down. If you feel wobbly at first, that's okay, just take your time. Even 5 to 10 slow steps can make a difference. This simple movement teaches your body how to adjust and rebalance with every small shift, something that's vital as we age. Our reflexes naturally slow down over time, and that's perfectly normal. But by practicing this kind of mindful walking, you're reminding your muscles, joints, and even your brain how to work together again. What's beautiful about the tandem walk is that it's not just an exercise, it's a confidence builder. You're retraining your sense of stability, and the benefits go far beyond those few steps. Pretty soon, you might notice you're not reaching for the handrail as often, or that you feel more steady getting out of the car, or that your stride feels just a little smoother when you're walking through the grocery store. I once met a woman named Maria who shared something really touching. She told me she had stopped going for walks with her grandkids at the park because she was afraid of tripping on the grass or the gravel. But after practicing the tandem walk at home for a couple of weeks, she gave it another try. And that next weekend she was back at the park, walking hand in hand with her granddaughter, beaming. That's the kind of change we're talking about here, real-life strength built one step at a time. So now we've gone through all 5 exercises. Nothing fancy. No equipment needed. Just you, your body, and a little commitment each day. Sit in stance to build your leg strength and make everyday tasks easier. Side leg raises to keep your hips and thighs supporting you with confidence. Toe and heel raises to wake up those lower legs and improve balance from the ground up. And the tandem walk to reconnect your body's rhythm, helping you move with purpose and ease. The truth is, you don't need a gym membership or fancy workout gear to take care of your health. You just need a few minutes, a safe space, and the willingness to start. And listen, I know there are days when motivation is hard to come by. Maybe the joints ache a little more than usual. Maybe the energy just isn't there. But that's okay. Some days will be better than others. What matters most is that you keep going. Progress doesn't have to be big to be meaningful. Even if you start with just one of these exercises today, that's a victory. That's you taking care of yourself. That's you choosing strength over fear, independence over uncertainty. And over time, those little victories stack up. They build not just physical strength but mental strength too. A sense of I've got this. So let me ask you, how do you want to feel tomorrow? Or next month? Or the next time your grandchild runs up to you for a hug? You deserve to feel capable. You deserve to enjoy those moments without hesitation, without fear. And these small, simple movements can help get you there. You don't have to do them all at once. Maybe choose one to begin with. Do it while the coffee's brewing. Add another while the news is on. Before you know it, they'll become part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth or watering the plants. And if you're feeling good already, that's fantastic. These exercises aren't just for those who are struggling. They're for maintaining what you have, and making sure you keep it for as long as possible. Because staying active, staying strong, it's one of the greatest gifts you can give to yourself. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one movement you're going to try today? Or do you have your own favorite exercise that helps you feel balanced and strong? Share it in the comments. I read every single one, and your words just might inspire someone else watching. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more simple, encouraging tips to help you feel your best. This channel is here to support you, to remind you that growing older doesn't mean slowing down. It just means moving smarter, staying connected to your body, and embracing every season of life with strength and grace. Here's to living your best life, confident, steady, and full of energy. You've got this. And I'll be right here cheering you on, every step of the way.